In this video I'm going to demonstrate how to run the H3 GUI for VISUALCONNX. To start with, we go to All Programs, Add to, GDSP H3 GUI VISUALCONNX application, and we run the icon, the VISUALCONNX icon GDSP H3 GUI. Once the GUI has loaded, it should look very similar to this screen here. And to connect to the H3 hardware, we need to press the VISUALCONNX toolbar's Run button. At this point, the GUI is now running, but we need to decide whether we're going to configure the input modules, the CITF or Complex Input and Transducer Function module, or the output module, or the COF, which stands for Complex Output Function Modules. The CITF focuses on more capability in the input area. The COF focuses more on the output output capability. We'll start by configuring the CITF module in this system, and clicking that button brings up a dialog very similar to the dialogues on earlier Genix systems. The default settings are to show the schematic, just as the earlier Genix systems did, and to the left we can configure the module by choosing various functions available. By default, the module is what we call passive mode, and that means that the module is in a safe state with a high impedance connection. In this video I'm not going to cover all of the Genix configuration modes for these modules because there are so many of them, but I will just very quickly demonstrate some of the functions available. In this GUI you have three views. You have the ability to look at the schematic. So if I choose an analog voltage input with a pull to ground of 1000 ohms, then with a 30 volt input range, then I just choose these controls here, and the schematic will indicate what I've set. You'll notice some numbers changing at the top of the screen. This is the real-time data in that module being broadcast to the graphical user interface. But if we would like to see what this looks like in a chart view, we just choose the scope graph here. So now you can see the real-time data being measured from the hardware, and we can choose to change the scaling in voltage or in time, like so. If you want to know the actual numbers being seen in a more sort of easy to read display, choose the meter display view, and this will show the voltage being applied. So for example, if we choose to pull this input to VT, then you can see this rises. I've currently got an input resistor on here, so if I disconnect the resistor, you will see the voltage go higher. And if we now go to the graph view, you should be able to see a history of what we were doing earlier. That ends the very quick introduction to the H3 user interface. Following videos will show you the different functions supported by the hardware and the GUI.